Well, howdy, 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 y'all. Teresa here, and
Ballerina Brad.
Okay, you'll laugh at that here in a moment. We're back. It is December 3rd, 2016, Saturday afternoon. It is 1:23 p.m. here in this kind of slightly overcast day.
It's chilly out too.
Yeah, well, it's not super chilly. I mean,
No,
chillier for us. I had to wear my dickie when I took the dog out. Right, Mama Sita? But anyway, first and foremost, guys, I want to come on here and say a really big, heartfelt thank you to everybody that messaged, to everybody that texted, to everybody that tried to call. I really, and everybody that left comments, whether it was on Facebook or on here, I really want to thank you. We both do.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were incredible, and we appreciate it from the bottom of our heart. It was a very hard thing losing Jasper so suddenly. In life, things like that happen. And sometimes, you'll lose either a human or a beloved pet just suddenly, and you're kind of left dumbfounded and in shock. And that's what happened. The vet thinks that it was congestive heart failure. When they did the test, they did blood work and they did x-rays and stuff, and he had a lot of fluid in his lungs, honey.
In his lungs, yeah.
And it was end stage. Every different option that our vet gave us, that it was end stage. And the best thing we felt we could do is to go ahead and put him down and end his suffering. We could have tried to have kept him around longer for our benefit with trying some Lasix and prednisone and all of that, and it would have been just for our benefit, and we just didn't feel that was right to do. And we were there when he crossed over, and that was an extremely hard thing to do, but we have all gone through that. So we took care of that, and then had him cremated. So and we miss him dearly. And I have my different periods of crying and stuff. It was just, like I said, such a shock. But we have the other animals to take care of and each other, and and very wonderful memories of this cat. So that evening after we had to say goodbye to him, I did order some better leashes for our big dogs, some retractable ones, because I want to start taking them for a walk. We want to start taking them for walks because they need the exercise, and if we can both take one, that's ideal. And when my lungs get better and stuff, and just more control of them. So I still think we want to get a martingale collar for Nixie. After what happened yesterday. We'll get into that in a minute. But so got a couple of that, and then I got some of that. Now, how do you say it again? Diatomaceous earth, the food grade kind. And if everybody else is in the warmer states too right now, is going through your pets having fleas. We've never gone through this before, being from Wyoming, and I guess this year it's a really bad year because it's dry and stuff. So, like I said, we've never gone through this, so we've been battling that along with everybody else. And we've been I use once a month religiously the flea and tick preventive that you put down their back. Doesn't seem to be, I have no way to judge. I assume it would be a lot worse if we weren't doing that. And spraying them all the time and stuff. Well, you worry, though, about the harmful chemicals in this stuff. So this diatomaceous, is that pretty close how you say it? Earth stuff is the ectoskeleton fossils and stuff, basically, of plants. And what it is it's like tiny, it's the fine powder, but to insects that ingest it, whether it's fleas, roaches, ants, etc., it's like tiny little shards that basically kill them from the inside, dehydrate them from the inside. And you can use it. It's safe. Well, it's safe for you to eat. We're not going to eat it. This would be safe for your pets to eat. So it's 100% organic. You can use it on your carpets, on your bedding, in your drawers, any little crevices and stuff, inside and outside. You can use it on your pets. You can dust your pets with it and stuff. So I ordered a 10-pound bag of that coming in. And you also can use it to fertilize your plants. So I really like all of that. I don't want to do a lot of pesticides with my vegetables that I'm growing. It kind of defeats the whole purpose. So, got that coming because for one chewable tablet at my vet, and now my vet would have to see my dogs before they could give them the tablet, it's over $20. And, for one little vial that I did get from my cat, and that's just a topical you put on her neck, it was $18.
I think so.
And our vet is very reasonable. They're not price gougers at all. I mean, they are fantastic. Definitely where we will be keeping. This is the second time we've seen the vet. So we will be continuing to take our animals there. But anyway, so I did that. One of the things that was really neat, though, is we had left Jasper there and for them to run the test and stuff. And then they called us and we had made our decision and came back to, have him put down and to be there with him. They had a cat named Fancy. Beautiful tiger striped cat. And it was just sitting on the counter, if people come in and stuff. The cat followed us into this room. And, came up and I was loving the cat up. Next thing you know, the cat jumps up on my chest, up on my shoulder. And it was almost like the cat was hugging me, and one of the vet techs said, yeah, she can tell when people are really sad and stuff, and she'll do that. And then she didn't want to get down or anything, because we had to move to another room, and she still didn't want to get down, but I finally had to get her down because they were bringing our cat in. So, but it was really neat. It was really neat. So, yesterday, let's go on to yesterday. Yesterday we were running errands. We need to go to Walmart and get just a few things we've forgotten, like Brad needed more propane and we need a rug, I think. Then we need to go to Dollar Tree and get some stuff, because we only go there maybe once every 3 months. But there were a few things I need to get for the holidays and stuff, like gift bags and stuff. Got home. I wasn't feeling well. Been really having some difficulties with the asthma and stuff, but we pulled up and we were talking to our neighbor Sheila, and she was outside, and Brad knew I didn't feel well, and Brad was trying to get all 3 dogs out at the same time. I'm standing there talking to Sheila for a minute, and I turn, and just as I turn, I see my husband start falling, because he's coming down our steps, start falling, and he hit the back of his head on their cement cinder block. And that was such a sickening sound. And I said to Sheila, because she was looking at me, I said, he just hit his head really hard. And she had heard it too. What happened was he had the 2 big dogs under control. Mitzi got overly excited when she saw me. She wrapped herself around his ankles. And there he went. And, of course, it bled.
And bled.
And bled. And bled.
And bled.
And in the middle of all this, okay, and it was my fault, honey, because you were still holding on to the leashes. Nixie had slipped her collar.
Oh.
You were holding on to just her leash and her collar.
Uh-huh.
Nixie took off.
Huh.
She stopped the opportunity. I got Charlie and Nick and Missy back in the RV. Sheila ran to her trailer and got towels and stuff because she used to be a nurse, and so she went and got towels. I hated to leave, but I knew she had the situation with him well under control. Jumped in the Jeep, and I'm trying to chase down this dog who has no collar on, who thinks this is the biggest game. One of our other neighbors came around the other side down on the waterfront trying to get her too. Finally couldn't get her, and I'm out there trying to chase her, shaking the treat box, having an asthma attack from hell. And so I finally came back because we couldn't get her, and I knew I needed to use my inhaler. So we got the bleeding under control enough, and she ran enough over by our other neighbors who were now out there trying to help us too. Carlton and his wife Kay, because she was over there in their little area, and that dog would not come. And finally Brad caught her because she was trying to chase a cat. He finally caught her by the tail because he ended up, we're trying to get him to not run all over Tarnation because, his head's bleeding. And if it gets better, wait! Till we come back. And he put Nixie, I had thrown him Missy's collar and leash because that was the only one outside. And we knew it would fit around her neck, though tightly, and at that point in time that was okay for just a little bit. He had put her in the kennel outside. He goes to go in the RV because he said, I really got to go to the restroom, because Sheila's like, sit your ass down because we're going to use peroxide and I got to see if you need stitches and how big this flap is. Dogs had locked us out. In my hurry to shove them inside the RV to see how badly Brad was hurt, I didn't slide the cover on the door because there's a knob that if you hit that, it locks it. You can't unlock it from the outside. There's not a key. Well, Charlie slapped it. He also ripped the screen on the front door. He also ripped the screen on the front window here. And so we're locked out. And I told Sheila, I said, well, they did this one time before, but he had to crawl through a window. Well, she's like, you can't do that today. And he had to go around to the driver's door. Because that just was not, you had not locked that?
I unlocked it because of last time that Charlie locked us out.
Oh, okay. So, and then I have all this yarn right on top of that chair. You guys have seen my stacks of yarn. He's trying to push that. He's got dogs trying to come out at him. So he's like talking to me, and we didn't know where he was. He's like, could you come over here and help me, hon? And I'm like, where are you? And he's like, I'm over here. And Sheila is just busting up laughing, And all I see is Brad got the driver's side door open. Missy is, and he got the chair folded down, right? The back of it. So Missy is trying to get to me. Charlie wants to jump out too. Brad said just hold everybody there. He goes to get a ladder. He borrows Sheila's and Mitch's ladder.
Well, we've got a ladder.
Yeah, but theirs was set up.
Yeah.
So he goes around. Sheila's telling him, no, you can't do that. You're going to hurt yourself more. But he did. He didn't really have any choice. So he finally got the door unlocked. Then Sheila said, she was getting pretty firm with you.
Yes, she was.
Sit your ass down, and I need to clean this up and see if you need stitches and stuff. And she smacked you a couple times.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
That's why I'm not right in the head.
No, not in the head. She smacked you on the shoulder a couple times. So, but you got it cleaned up and stuff because it bled forever. You know how head wounds are.
Yeah.
She said, it could have maybe used 1 or 2, but she thought it would be okay the way it is. We elected to just leave it like it is. I probably need to check it and see if it needs more peroxide on it or not.
Yeah.
I'll do that later
She's
today.
checking it out now.
And, because right on the back of his head, that's what I was going to give you a haircut. I'm going to wait for a week because I can't really be cutting his hair. I don't want to get any little fine hairs in there.
Yeah.
No. So, yeah, that was an adventure. Then, I love our neighbors. She's turned out to be such a wonderful friend. She had me laughing, and I was having a hard time yesterday, guys, before all this happened. Just very depressed and stuff. And, I told her I was having one of the lowest days I've had in a long time, and you had me laughing. She did. And, I don't know what we would have done without it. But then later on, last night, Brett's taking the dogs in and out. And she has these 2 signs out, and they face our RV, our front door. One says, no trespassing, stay on your own side, and you won't get hurt. Is that what the other one says too?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
There's one like right on the cinder block. We got lucky though, because there's a cinder block and then there's a jack, and that holds their slide out up. It's an older trailer. And if he's falling right on the point of that jack, he might not be here.
Yeah.
And she even said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, that was such an ugly. I just get that image in my head of watching him fall, and and stuff. And he's sore. He had quite a headache last night. Of course, we watched him and stuff. I didn't and stuff. And then his back too, because he really twisted and everything. But that was scary. But yeah, go outside and there's these notes that stay on your own side, you won't get hurt, and they are such a hoot. They make our neighbors in this area make living in here that you're able to handle it, because they understand, and these people know we've lived in this area long enough to people that were out trying to help and stuff. They know that I've got some physical problems, and when they see me out trying to chase down a dog and stuff, and they all know that. Well, I don't think a lot of them knew I had breathing problems, but now they're kind of cluing in on that. But anyway, it's life. Being a witch, I have a heck of a chest cold right now, which is really kind of, how your lungs really hurt. And my asthma has been, like I said, quite bad. In fact, I'm fixing to have another nebulizer treatment, because I need one badly.
Okay.
But I've been using way too much of the Preventable. It's that time of year, and sore throat and stuff. But if it gets much worse, I'll go in and see my doctor, of course, because then I'll probably need to put on a different antibiotic and prednisone. I'm hoping not to be on the prednisone, because we all know how lovely that stuff is. But, if I have to be, I've been on it quite a bit, I will be. So, yeah, I'm going to have a breathing treatment here in a little bit. Brad will start getting that ready. And, I'm going to do my makeup, because we're going to a festival tonight. And don't worry, because I'll be in a wheelchair, because there's no way I could.
A winter festival.
A winter festival. There's no way I could walk it right now with the asthma and the cold. But, yeah, they're going to have a parade, and then they're having a winter Christmas festival, which I'm excited about.
The last winter parade we went to, it was like 11 below zero.
Yeah, it was, yeah, in Wyoming. So this is neat. I see a lot of the businesses. Can you start setting that up?
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of the businesses have really been decorating and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and that's neat. So
That park is almost full of stuff.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Like by Big Top?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
They've got their displays going and
Wow.
set up and everything.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, you guys see my gingerbread head? Isn't he cool? Yeah. You guys are going to get a clue that I like heads, right?
It's funny.
It's right next to this quite the pair, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and what's really funny is when we pull up to Dollar General, and the handicap spot is right there in front.
And, we have a handicap placard because of me.
And so, I'll park right there, and every morning we've got all these racks and stuff that we need to take outside to display stuff out there. And it seems, I swear, every time that we park in the handicap spot, Teresa sees something, and I end up having to go back out. Or after I go in to go back out to the Jeep, she says, "Oh, how much is that?" Or I like that. Do you want me to go get it?
See, I usually don't do that very often.
No.
But I found that witch head, and then my Santa Claus head, which he's hanging outside. And then the other day, I love gingerbread men. I absolutely love gingerbread men. They're my favorite of all the Christmas stuff. It's really what I really love. I always have. I like them around all the time. So yeah, this gingerbread head, he was cool. We had to take back that little tree because it quit working. That little 2-foot tree. So we just took it back, got our money back. Did you get your money back?
Yeah.
Okay. Because like I said before, there was a 4-foot. We could have got a 4-foot one. There was even a 4-foot one. His boss would have sold us for half price because the lights weren't working on it. It was a pre-wired. But it's like, well, I don't want to have to mess with putting lights on all the time. And we really want to get a fiber optic. So we'll either get a fiber optic after Christmas if, they mark them way down, at Walmart or Dollar General. Or else we'll just wait till next year. So anyway, that's all we got going on, guys. But I just wanted to tell you guys thank you so much.
Yeah, and I appreciate all the support you got.
I know we're not getting another cat or anything. We still have one cat. We have Angel. But with the living situation we're in right now and stuff, we're not getting any more animal. We're just going to, keep loving the ones we have. And, we really need to work on getting these dogs better trained, these big dogs, because, they weren't trained for this kind of living. So they have been quite a handful. And, with having a large breed dog, too, sometimes they can, if they're strong-willed, they can be quite a handful. That's part of the reason for the better leashes, so we can start in the retractable ones, so we can start training them better. That just takes a lot of one-on-one, and I'm up for the task. I will keep doing that. Even if we have to have me holding the leashes and Brad pushing the wheelchair, we'll get it trained. I mean, we'll get them trained, and just take it day by day. The asthma will get better. It's just this time of year in the cold, and I've been running a lot of fevers. We're not sure why, and a lot of wood smoke. I know that Tennessee. Everybody pray for Tennessee. Really, so many fires right now, and I know California and stuff is so many horrible fires and stuff. So, but we're back. Life goes on. And I really appreciate you guys. Do you have anything to say, hon?
No, you covered it all.
Do you still have a headache?
Yeah, a little bit, but.
Want some more Tylenol?
And
Billy won't take it.
Probably.
Okay.
And I want you to take a look to see if it's starting to close up, because I'm going to have to take a shower in the morning to,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I was really happy to see that there wasn't. Well, granted, it's a red pillowcase, so I don't know if
We had
there's.
a lot of trouble getting it to stop bleeding. You know, I even checked with Sheila last night, and she said that was normal.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
plus, I take 81 milligram aspirin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and head wounds always bleed
Yeah.
like a mofo. You could have a little scratch on a head wound, and it's gonna, you
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
that was very upsetting. You guys know how it is, but when you see a loved one bleed, it doesn't matter how much you've worked in the field or anything. That's just really hard
Yeah.
to, you know. I will admit, I almost was kind of losing it. It was a good thing I had to go chase down the dog because I wanted to lose it. You know. Let me tell one quick story right now, talking about losing it. Brad knows what I'm going to talk about. Years ago.
The sewing?
No.
Oh.
Years ago, you already talked about me sewing my finger.
Okay.
We had gone to Walmart in Casper, Wyoming. And we'd put the stuff, we had an old red station wagon. We'd put the stuff in the back of the station wagon. And we I had closed the back of the station wagon, and unbeknownst to me, my husband's hand was in there. So he says to me, very calmly too, honey, could you open up the back of the hatch? And I'm like, why? He's like, so I can take my hand out. He's got his hand up in there like this. I get upset, and I realized that I don't know what I was thinking, but it's like the hatch isn't all the way closed. Well, no, because his hand's in the way, right? So what do I try to do? I try to close the hatch more.
Pushing down on the hatch.
And he's like, he doesn't yell or anything. He's like, hun, that's not gonna work. So I'm losing it, and my hand's shaking and stuff, and I'm trying to unlock the back of the hatch. You know, this car didn't have key fobs or anything. Finally, he takes the key from me, still as calm as a cucumber, and unlocks the hatch himself to withdraw his hand, which now the fingers are like flat. I asked him if he wants to go to the ER. He's like, no, he'll be fine. So then, in my infinite wisdom, right?
No, that was both of us did that one.
Because see, Walmart's right here and Sam's Club was right catty corner. And we need to go to Sam's Club. I'm like, okay, well, we go to Sam's Club, I'll get you a cold drink because you can hold on to the cold drink and it'll feel good on your finger. Well, no, because it's a styrofoam cup. An insulated styrofoam cup. So, but yeah, Usually I'm pretty calm and collective unless it's somebody I love involved in an accident, and then I'm like, ah! Right?
Yep.
So, but yeah, I just couldn't believe how calm and collective he was. He was like, honey? And I'm like, what are you doing? And it's like, well, the hand, you know. Anybody else would have yelled. Right?
Yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. And I hope you guys have a good day. And keep smiling and hang in there. Right?
Yep. You know, it's when things are kind of crappy, you kind of got to look at it like this too shall pass.
Yep.
And when things are going great, you kind of got to look at it like this too shall pass.
One thing that really helps me that I'm finding, and I'd even talked to a few friends about this, that I'm an emotional eater, and even before this happened, and especially right when it happened with the cat, I was really eating a lot. Especially late at night, I have a tendency to sit there and stuff down my feelings. So I've talked to friends, not like help me with my eating, but just emotions and stuff, and that really, really helped bring me out of the depression, bring me out of doing as much emotional eating, where now I'm not eating near as much as I was, you know, and I'm finding that a healthier way. I've never really had that before, where I've had a big network of friends that I could turn to and talk to and stuff, and that I know are just there for me. And so you guys mean the world to me, and to Brad too, because he doesn't worry as much. Because he's like, I know that you have people you can talk to.
Yeah, you know, and that's what is just so cool about all these people is, you know, I mean, yeah, I do worry about you constantly, but, you know, there's times that you might talk to some of them about something, and then after you get it sorted out, and then you talk to me about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, and as much as I would, as much as I would always love to be here for you, you know, somebody's got to face the cold, cruel world, and I'd rather it be me than you.
Well, and even as wonderful as you are, though, you're a man. And there's just some things that other women understand better. And I'm not talking about like you know, physical stuff. I'm just talking about what other mothers go through, or you know, just a woman's perspective on some things. And then you'll say something, and another person is like, you know, I've gone through the same thing, or I've felt the same way. And it's like, really? You mean I'm not the only? Even with my friend Sheila yesterday, we were outside talking while Brad's trying to find this dog and stuff. You know, did you notice there for a while we kind of forgot that that's what you were doing?
Yeah.
Because we were out there laughing. And
yeah, I did.
And she even turned to me at one point in time. She's like, oh, I wonder if you got that dog. I'm like, oh, I don't know. And we're just like, da-da-da-da-da. But, you know, we were just sharing on some stuff that we've gone through. And we've got some similar stories going on. And it's like, it just really helped. So, all right. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And we will talk to you tomorrow. I love you guys. And I do cherish your friendship so much. And anybody that was mailing stuff out to Angie, your letter is going out Monday. Mary, your painting is going out Monday. Dawn, your hooded scarf is going out sometime next week. I'm hoping Monday, but you know, don't hold me to it. So anyway, everything is going to be picking back up. So and I think you guys are awesome. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.